So I want to say that, colleagues, when you look at our statistics, in 2013-2014, as a county, the local revenue, we collected 182,633,025. This revenue has been going up. 2014, 2015, we collected 333. 2015, 2016, there was a drop. It went to 311 million. Then in 8 was 319. So as a county in total, in 2015-16, we had 630, both A and the local revenue. 2021-2022, we collected 368 million in terms of the local revenue, and 615 in terms of A. It gave us a total of 983 million with some amount. 2022-2023, we collected 379, and the A, we collected 648. It gave us a total of 1,027,308,987. 2023-2024, the year that ended on 30th June this year, we managed to collect 443,169,559 in terms of local revenue, and we collected A 581,056,832. Why am I saying this? I'm bringing this as a comparison of what is happening. There have been a lot of misconception about the revenue going down. But I want to state that despite the gaps that my brother talked about, gaps are there. But last year, I think we met in Mabanga. Mulinichochea sana. Sasa vile mulinichochea, at least I've got, I surpassed the target, what the collection of the other financial year of 379, I got 443. Si hapo mnaona tumejaribu. So if we work as a team, unajua nyinyi ndio mko huko nje, mnaona what is happening. If you come and tell us, and I want to ask, be our ambassadors, and let's work together. Mkiona kitu, just come, mtuambie hii na hii inaendelea. Because sometimes I sit in the office, my director pia ako kwa ofisi, tumetuma watoto waende wafanye kazi, lakini ng'ombe pengine warudishi yote. Those are the things that I want you, as the civil society, as partners of Bungoma County, you tell us. So like when we met in Mabanga, you gave us a challenge. But out of this challenge, at least we have managed to improve in our collection. There was a slight drop last year in A, with a target of 800 and something million, but we managed to collect only 581. And one of the challenge, ladies and gentlemen, was because of the strike. You know, most of the A we get it in the hospitals. Because of the nurse strike, the doctor strike, it really affected the collection. That's why there was a drop. But we are looking at the challenges, the gaps that were mentioned there. How can we partner so that we seal these loopholes? We have tried as a county to come up with a way we are monitoring how this revenue is being collected. We have gone cashless. But we have challenges. This cashless, we are not 100%. Why? Because, and I appreciate, I've seen most of the market chairs are here. I've also, at times, I also leave my coat, my tie, I go to the field. There are challenges of the cashless. You want someone to pay cashless, na huyo mama mboga hana simu, lakini unataka alipe. So what happened? My officer, and this one I'm not denying, it happens. My officer anaenda kwa huyo mama, the market chair can bear witness. Anaenda kwa huyo mama, anachukua pesa, naweka kwa mfuko, anasema atalipia huyo mama, si ndio? Hiyo pesa haitafika yote. Tunataka tuseme ukweli, si ndio chair? It happens. So when you guys, you people, you are here, tell us, how can we improve on that? Si Bungoma ni yetu sisi wote. How can we improve on that? Mumesema hapa cashless. Imeandikwa pale. Mimi sina simu. But you expect, mimi nikikaa kwa ofisi, nione Professor Nyikuri amelipa pesa na ina reflect hapo kwa system. But huyo mtu unataka alipe, hana simu. Akipea wale kwa pesa, umepewa shilingi 5 na pengine hiyo shilingi unaweka kwa system 4 shillings and 50 cents. 50 cents, airtime imekula mahali. So, ladies and gentlemen, those are the challenges we go through. You may blame the office, you may say, lakini si hao wote ni watoto wetu. It's up to us to come up with a solution. How do we improve? How do we address these challenges? My directors are here. All of them face challenges. Mtu kama Sindani anadili na mambo ya plan approvals. Sindani hata kuwa Bungoma, akuwe Naitiri, akuwe Mianga, akuwe wapi at the same time. We have officers that we have trusted with this work. So let's look for solutions. Let's not blame each other. Niko na officers hapo wa livestock. Ukienda kwa Munanda, I've been there. And some of you they go to the auction rings. You have been there. Unaona tunasema cashless, ndio? Lakini mtu anapeana, those ones with the movement permit, anachukua pesa cash, anaweka kwa mfuko, anatoa receipt. Those are the challenges we are facing. We are not denying that things don't happen, it happens. But when we are here, we shall get a solution. Sindio? Now, we talked about, I'm just talking about how we are going to assist each other to enhance our revenue collection. We talked about the auction rings. The last financial year, we managed to at least put up 5 auction rings in Mayanja, Misihu, Ndalu, Cheptais, and Kamkuya. Because of the budget constraints, we cannot be able to build auction rings, but we do it. I've gone around, I've seen what is happening, and I want to agree with you. Without proper auction rings, we may not be able to collect 100%. So this financial year, we are also going to try, colleagues, we are going to try and make sure that at least we come up with the 5 or so auction rings. Tutakuwa tunaendelea pole pole, and that's a way of enhancing our revenue. We also have committees that assist us in both budget preparation and collection. We have the sales committee and the CBF. I know some of you are members of those committees. It's true you are appointed, but you have not done an induction. As finance, we are organizing for an induction, which is going to be soon. And I'm happy Redo is also doing the same. Maybe we can sit together and agree on how to do it jointly. Because I want transparency, so that at the end of the day, we don't blame anyone, but we say we either succeeded together or we failed together. Sindio? Yeah. So I want to report that we're organizing for an induction to the members who are appointed, both the SES and the CBEF. I know my brother here, he has been there, he has a lot of experience in CBEF. He could be one of the, maybe I think he will be one of the resource persons there. So at least as a county, we are trying. We are trying to see which method are we going to use. Because at the end of the day, Kibaki alisema tulipe ushuru, tujijenge, si ndio? At the end of the day, we may not be talking about a high wage bill if we collected 100%. Watoto wenye wanaandikwa kwa hii county ni watoto wetu, si ndio? Hao watoto hawatoki nje ya Bungoma. But if we increase the revenue collection, if we approach 100%, we shall never be talking about high wage bill. We are talking about the high wage bill because we are relying on exchequer from Nairobi to pay these salaries. But if we can stand on our own, we can be able to absorb all our children when they come to seek for employment. You know, when it comes to the budget, there are some things that are funded by the national government. We get 11 billion per year from the national government to fund our activities. Our budget is about 15 billion. The difference is supposed to be funded by the revenue that we collect. When you talk about the pending bills, I want to agree. This financial year, we have got about 1.something billion in terms of the pending bills. Why and how is the pending bill created? The creation of the pending bill is because of the under-collection of our local revenue to the exchequer releases. They don't come on time. A contractor has finished a project, a certificate has been given, we need to pay this person. But at the end of the day, I don't have money to pay. I have not collected, I have not been given money from Nairobi. What do? The year comes to an end. When the year comes to an end, I have to pull down everything that is on the platform so that it becomes zero to allow me to now upload the budget. Then what I've pulled down, it means I've not paid. It becomes a pending bill. Now, if we enhance our revenue, if we collect it 100%, or let me say even 80%, we may minimize these pending bills. Because as I speak right now, what I have on the account is the June exchequer. This June exchequer, I'm trying to make sure that by Monday I've paid the salaries. Then what is remaining ni kidogo sana kulipa the pending bills. And that's why I'm happy I'm here, I'm talking to you, so that you become our ambassadors. We make sure hii ushuru ikusanywe. Tukisanya ushuru, hatutakuwa na pending bills. Ama, kama itakuwa, haitakuwa mingi sana. So when you look at some of the issues, like people talk about the system, the revenue collection system. We have a system. But this system, there are some people who have rights. There are people who administer this system. People talk about revenue leakages, but they don't have conclusive evidence to prove that fulani na fulani anakula hii pesa. Section 109 of the PFM Act, it talks about the county revenue fund. We call it the CRF. All the money that we collect, has to be banked. We have got 4 revenue collection accounts in the county, in KCB, Equity, Cooperative. All the money that we collect, we have given instruction to the bank. This money is swept on daily basis to our CRF account. That account, the law says that in order for you to spend the money, you must get authorization from the control of budget. Tunasanya ushuru, tunapeleka hapo. But when we want to spend this money, lazima to explain to the control of budget why we want to spend. And we must give justification. So there is no way the money that has been collected itakuliwa. Everything that has been collected in Bungoma or Busia or where, lazima ifike Nairobi, inaenda Central Bank, and Central Bank, the only person who can authorize is the control of budget after the chief officer for finance of the respective counties has made a request. Anything that tunaweza tukasema inakuliwa ama nini, it's before it reaches the bank. But once it reaches the bank, colleagues, haiwezi. Because I, as a SMEO, I don't have any authority unless I make a requisition to the control of budget. The control of budget is the one to authorize Central Bank now to transfer the money either to a contractor or to transfer the money to the salary account so that we pay the salaries, or to transfer the money if it's an allowance. It's the control of budget. So I want you maybe as our ambassadors, because there's a lot of rumors peddling out there, watu wanakula pesa, but you guys, you are in the villages or in the market, kama kuna pesa inakuliwa ni huko kabla haijafika kwa bank. Professor here will attest to that. Kama haijafika kwa bank, mtu anaweza kama walehwa huyu, anaweza akachukua kama shilingi 5 nipatia, anaweka kwa bank 3 shillings, 2 anakula. Hiyo, I may say yes. But once the money has gone into the system, ni ngumu. Kwa sababu ikiingia kwa system, Nairobi inaiona. And you can look at the trail. Audit the trail, uone ni nani na nani walikula hii pesa, ni nani hii pesa vile ilikuja ilienda wapi. So the issues of IMBRES, I know you have talked about it. Right now, you have said it's 200 million. But right now, as we speak, the IMBRES that it's outstanding and surrendered IMBRES is 63 million. The total is 94 million. The difference, ni ile IMBRES ingine, the previous regime, and why it has not been surrendered is because some documents were picked by EACC. And you know you cannot surrender. The government officers here will tell you, you cannot surrender when you don't have a voucher, when you don't have the IMBRES warrant. Those documents were picked. Ziko kwa EACC. Zingine ziko hapa, zingine ziko Nairobi. That's one of the reasons is when we go to the Senate, we have always been asking. So senators wanatuambia they are writing to EACC to release the documents, but they have not released. That's what makes part of the unsurrendered IMBRES. But we have really tried. Out of the 200 million that the control of budget flagged out, it's now 63. And I'm trying. Yesterday I had a meeting with my accountants, and I've given them up to Monday to make sure that it's either 0 or it's below 30. And anybody who doesn't surrender, by Wednesday, I'll be writing a letter to the human resource, so that they are surcharged. Kama ulipewa pesa ya serikali, you have to account for that money. If you don't account for it, we are surcharged you. The PFM Act says that you pay at the market rate. Hiyo tutafanya hivyo. So, msikuwe na wasiwasi hapo. At least we are trying to address that. Now, I'm happy, my brother, when I came in, he was doing some presentation about record keeping. He was talking about internal controls. What I picked is record keeping. He talked about the cloud storage. He talked about the Google Drive. Now, there's something that is going around, oh, you acquired the system. This system is very expensive. Oh, nini, nini. Yes, my brother here will tell you, like the data that we get on revenue collection, we host it on the Google Drive. And you have to pay something. Or you do it free. There is a fee you pay. So that fee that we pay, it has become an issue. But he will tell you that this, hata ukiwa na a go down, mtu akileta mahindi yake, si atakulipa kitu kidogo. So this system that we have, the system provider has to pay something, a fee, an annual fee, and that fee is always paid yearly before September, the 30th September. So we have to pay so that he pays the storage fees. So let's also be objective when we are criticizing. Tuseme ya kwamba hii inaenda hapa, hii inaenda hapa. So I just wanted to, I was happy when he mentioned about the storage. He was telling Kinaodeo here to store their information. I don't know whether you'll do it free. You have to pay some, yes. And us, we also pay. So when we are paying, there is no corruption there. And we can audit, ujue hii pesa imelipwa mahali fulani. Yes, we account for it. I'm happy, you also talked about the procurement. We're also trying to see whether we can minimize pending bills by starting our projects mapema. So that by the time we start getting the remittance from the national government, all the projects or most of the projects could have been maybe completed or they are nearing completion. Because we have realized that apart from the delay in the exchequer releases, we overcrowd our system by bringing the documents. Unaona ikifika May, ndio all the payment, everyone is demanding payment. So sometimes I even feel overwhelmed. Unaanza kujiuliza nitalipa nani, niwache nani, like that. But if we start early, so that whoever clears, I know some of you here, you are contractors, you are suppliers. Whoever clears mapema, document yake inafika, tunamlipa. So we are liaising with our sister department, the public works, so that the BQs come on time. Tufanye hii kazi mapema. Hata controller akiona kwa system, there is a lot of pending issues to be paid, pia watasema, we shall justify that. So there are measures that we are bringing in place to make sure that we are minimizing the pending bills. I saw in your presentation the capacity building. Soon, maybe with your organization, I'm trying to organize so that we have our revenue officers. We sit somewhere like Mavanga, we mueleze your expectation, my expectation, then we agree on the way forward. So we are going to do capacity building. And I want to report that previously it was only the Department of Finance or the Minister of Finance that was collecting revenue. But there was a cabinet resolution that we now devolve revenues to departments. The officers that were working under me, I've transferred most of them to departments. Kama mtu alikuwa kwa mnanda, nimempeleka livestock. Kama mtu alikuwa kwa market, nimempeleka trade. Kama mtu alikuwa na collect building plans, nimempeleka lands. Just like that. Parking, wameenda, wengine wameenda roads, wengine wameenda municipalities. We have now remained with a lean staff in finance, in revenue section. The purpose, or maybe why they are now remaining there, is now to monitor. Waangalie these things that are happening. Now, kama ni mtu wa livestock, kina Walehwa will be going there to monitor what is happening. Are they doing the right thing? Watakuwa kama in schools, those days walikuwa nasema school inspectors. Mwalimu, lakini akaenda huko akakuwa inspector. So the inspectors will be monitoring what is happening. So we at the end of the day, we want to make sure that our revenue is enhanced. For example, this financial year, ladies and gentlemen, we have targeted to collect local revenue 1.1 billion and A&A 1 billion. And with this, the support, the engagement that we are having, I'm thinking that this is a walk in the park. So we can manage this. 1 billion. Si tunaweza? Kwa sababu, profesa, usiangalie, unajua hii pesa ni yenu. Sasa unaangalia pesa hapa, mtu kama kwa mnanda, mtu anaenda na ng'ombe hivi. Wewe unaangalia, tunasema after all, hii ni mali ya umma. Sio mali ya umma, ni mali yako. Because barabara like today, nilikuwa nasikia kwa Sulwe, watu wa huku kwako huku juu, tulikuwa tunasema scheme huko Tongareni, wanasema hata hawana barabara nini. Sasa wewe ukiangalia, unajua pesa ikienda tu hivyo hautakuwa na hiyo barabara. But give me the money, then let me account for the money. Tunaelewana? Saidia sisi tupate pesa. Once we get the money, you come and demand for the services. We shall give you the services. So this target that we have set, we cannot achieve it without you. These officers of mine cannot achieve this target without you assisting them. If we fight as a team, we are going to win. Let's not look at the civil society as an enemy to us. Ama nyinyi nanyi mnatuangalia sisi kama wezi. We are corrupt, we are not. Hawa ni watoto wenu. Na mtoto kama ako na makosa mahali, chapa kidogo, lakini umwambie hapa baba yangu ama mtoto wangu, msichana yangu hapo ulikosa, fanya hivi. Kwani hao wanatoka wapi? Si hao ni watoto wenu wote? Yes. Na mtoto anaweza akafanya kosa. So my appeal to the civil society is that let's work as a team. Tujenge Bungoma sisi wote. This 1 billion in local revenue, 1.1 local revenue, 1 billion in A&A, we can achieve it. And if we achieve it, you will demand for the services. Because 1 billion, hiyo itakuwa kwa hospitali huko, na agriculture kitu kama mavanga, nini. Kuna machineries. Some of you don't hire the machinery. Professor, have you ever gone to Mavanga to hire our machinery? Always breaking down. My officer, upeleke, unasikia wanasema, your machines are always breaking down. Uambie mtu wa Mavanga. You prefer going to the private who will charge you higher. Yeah? They are available. Hiyo tunaenda kurekebisha. Kuja kwetu, I'm going to tell my colleagues in agriculture and livestock so that we build our county. Tukienda hapa kwa hospitali, much of this 1 billion will come from the hospital. Mabanga ni kidogo sana. You can also hire our halls in Mabanga for conferences and everything, so that we enhance our revenue. Aya, this 1.1 billion, hiyo ni ya Munanda, ya mama mboga, nini, hiyo ndio tunatoa huko. Livestock, ukienda movement permit, hiyo ndio 1 billion. Ukitaka kujenga, usijenge usiku, let him approve your plan, so that you do it in broad daylight. Lakini kuna wengine, unajenga usiku na Sunday, because unajua Sunday, our officers huwa watembei. Na wananiambia watembei Sunday. Yeah. I've been told kuna stamps. We are trying to, I talked about it with my officer. Naambiwa kuna wengine wanatembea na stamps kwa mfuko. This financial year hamutaiona hiyo. There will be only, in fact, I'm very happy mulisema you want identification. That identification will be there. Hamutaona mtu, huyo mtu kama sio fiscal planner hata piga muri kwa plani yako. Kuna wengine nasikia enforcement, siji nani, hao ndio wako na miuri. Sasa unajua ukiapprove hiyo plan, there are implications. Hiyo nyumba ikifanya shida, unajua utashitaki serikali.